What is up, you dickweeds and dingleberries? It's your boy. I'm not doing that joke again. But I'm here with a video that I'm very excited for, which is... I don't want to hold this up the wrong way because it's actually got my address on it. Sneak Energy. So you can get tubs of Sneak for like near enough £40, right? First of all, I should probably end up explaining what Sneak is to anyone that doesn't understand it. Sneak is one of the many various gamer energy drink brands that have become more popular over the last maybe 5 years or so. You've got PewDiePie with his G Fuel flavor, and everyone knows G Fuel, I'm pretty sure at this point. But Sneak is an alternative made in the great UK, I think, or at least founded in the UK. And it's about £35 a tub, which is apparently 88 pence or 80 pence a serving. So, I mean, hey, if you're someone that drinks a lot of energy drinks in the first place, which I'm actually not, that might be a reasonable fiscal investment. If it tastes good, and if it claims to have any of the performance-enhancing benefits that all of them claim to have. Should probably unbox this boy. Fuck yeah. Alright, so when we open the box, we actually get this very nice looking shaker. It's a nice colour. Respect it. Appreciate. As I've ordered a tester kit because I'm too broke to afford a £35 tub, I have 6 of the flavours. We'll go over them individually in each day. I'll introduce them by that point. One thing I've always kind of been interested in as an academic is ways to optimize my brain function or decision-making processes, but also as a gamer, just wanting to be better at games. So, I don't know, this seems like something that would be really cool to me. But alongside testing any performance gains from gaming or decision processes, I also want to see if this can help my hangover, because I'm British, and we're always fucking hungover. Well, I'm already angry. So remember that really nice sort of unique shaker that the starter kit came with, the tester kit came with? Well, I was mixing it up downstairs, and it turns out that Sneak had actually sent me a bottle with a leak in it. Just leaking.
What the fuck?
The problem is, I was using it on my electric scales. So not only does Sneak owe me a new shaker, they owe me a new set of fucking scales, the bastards. Right, well, thankfully, I had a spare vessel. And what I did was, the packaging says to add between 300 to 400 milliliters of water. So what I decided to do was take 350 milliliters of chilled water, shake it up dry, and then add the rest of the way in ice so I can have a nice icy bev. I also want to have more of it, and I don't like my stuff too sweet. So, let's see how this goes. I brought a glass up. The color correction on this isn't looking great. Actually, kind of is what it looks like.
NANI?!
Yeah, it smells straight up like sour apple sweets or like Jolly Ranchers or something like that. Let's give it a taste. Wow. It's pretty good. I feel like someone was expecting me to be like, you know, those generic shitty reviewers like, oh god, it's so good. Ah! Do you think they know they look like cunts? I'm slightly less angry. I'm still pissed off and I'm going to talk to customer service, but hey. That's really tasty. It's actually a little bit sour. I heard some people talking about, like, chalky texture. I don't really get any of that, I don't think. Not immediately. No, good texture. Probably now with the ice diluters, probably about 375 ml of water. It's actually still very sweet. So I don't know who would want to have this at like just 300 milliliters, because that would be way too strong. But minus the shaker breaking my very nice set of scales that I use, actually, hey, good start. I will let you know later on how I feel if I notice any performance increase when I stream, or if I feel less hungover or whatever. I know hangover isn't part of the advertising strategy, but fuck it. We drink Lucozade in England, and I wanted to test that, so you know. Well, that is day 1 with Sneak done. This was sour apple, and this was me trying to combat a hangover using Sneak. Well, actually, to be fair, it did perk me up a fair bit. Yeah, you can feel the caffeine dead on it, man. I mean, from what I've read, it's pretty high content. Which brings me on to another point. If you guys want to know anything about the nutritional value or a deeper dive into that, whilst in the next couple of days I will elaborate on what's actually in the product. There is a streamer and YouTuber called Fracno who does a really good deep dive on gamer energy drinks and their nutritional content, so I will be sure to link his video below. I watch him on Twitch a lot, you guys should too. But just to kind of summarize thoughts on first day, sour apple flavor itself. The most common comparison would be a sour apple Jolly Rancher. Not everyone may know what that is, but the best I can describe it as a very intense artificial apple flavor, but not necessarily in a bad way. Immediate suggestion would be to use the 400 milliliters and then add ice in after, so to make sure that the drink's properly diluted, because as it is, it's very sweet unless you're into that. But I could see that becoming something I maybe wouldn't want to drink all the time, but we'll have to see out the other flavors. In terms of how I actually performed in stream, about the same really.
It wasn't my fault I was the first one to die. I got meleeed in a situation I should not have been meleeed in. Over there. Oh,
that's
there's
free.
2 helicopters.
There's
3
free.
helicopters. One's got no one in.
It's like a blue moon, man.
Well, that seems fair.
Can you...
Oh no, I'm not having a great time right now.
Straight up not having a good time. Wow.
Oh, they have their loadouts as well.
So Fran, how was that survivability for you?
I seem to have a jinx curse where whenever I end the stream I immediately perform better, but I didn't notice any immediate difference, and that may be bottlenecked by the fact that I was unwell today by being hungover. But I noticed my energy levels were a lot higher than it, you know, if I didn't have the beverage, but that may also have occurred with a similar effects to a cup of coffee. Did perk me up a fair bit and made me kind of feel like I'd had a coffee and I've had some like morning brain function multivitamin pack or whatever. So that's day 1. I guess we skip to day 2.
Round 2. Fight.
Drinking a bunch of Sneak, and today it is Cherry Bomb. Only thing I really changed about the mixing is we've added about 390 milliliters of water, and then made sure that was extra cold, then topped up with more ice, and then hopefully the rest of the ice there will carry a bit more dilution to it. This is Cherry Bomb. I think one of the things I neglected to mention over the last couple of days is the fact that Sneak contains, I don't know if you call them blends, but there's 3 different things going on. So you have Sneak Focus, Sneak Hydrate, and Sneak Drive. So Sneak Hydrate, you've got the obvious things: sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium. Now Sneak Drive, you've got taurine, which is actually proven, I mean, apart from the fact that everyone seems to think it's, well, it probably is Bermspul in it. Bermspul? So You've got three things here. One to help you focus, one to help you hydrate, and one to, I guess, keep you energized. But the point is, it's ticking off a lot of boxes here. And the problem is, obviously, when we look at some of the ingredients under a microscope, it looks like some of the ingredients have been put there just to kind of tick some boxes off for a marketing thingamabob, but I don't know if they've changed anything since last time this was discussed. I just realised I said I'd talk a lot more about the ingredients. That was probably a lie, to be honest with you. That does not smell good. That's fine. They all have this like little shimmer to them. I don't know, the camera doesn't really pick it up effectively. So this kind of smells like kids' medicine when you get like cherry cough medicine. Weirdly enough, not like mega cherry. I mean, there's definitely cherry there, but it's like herbal almost. Like licorice. I don't know if it's just because I've aerated it, so like some things are a bit more prominent, but yeah, smells very, again, medicinal, licorice, and not mega prominent cherry, but that's not what I was expecting. So, you get quite a sherbet flavor, like a cherry sherbet characteristic going on. But it's still very sweet. So even with that additional water, it's still quite sweet. But there's like a little bit of, again, herbaceousness, which doesn't really seem to make sense, because I mean, the flavor is cherry bomb, you know? Yeah, so again, it's got like a sherbet characteristic to it. But it also has this, a similar vibe to the sour apple, where the generic descriptor would be artificial fruit, most closely reminiscent of something like a Jolly Rancher, which I realize is not a great descriptor, but if you've had a Jolly Rancher, you probably will know what this tastes like. But for some reason, there's like a little bit of, not licorice, but like a little twang of something that makes it seem slightly less generic than I was expecting it to taste. I don't know. The things that keep popping into my head are, for some reason, dandelion and burdock. Maybe root beer. I'm not talking like a big old of those kind of drinks, but like a very subtle undertone. But it's actually quite pleasant. Smell is not great still. Smells a bit weird. Smell me no likey. But now that I've kind of adjusted to the taste, it's actually very nice. Again, once very, very sweet. That's my kind of worry with the other four flavors now. I don't want them to all be like crazy sweet. Now we will cut to Fran a few hours later. Okay, so I've had my cherry bomb sneak energy, and today was a lot more eventful than yesterday was. Going into the Matrix, Francis! Do it, bud! Oh my god! A few things that I noticed after immediately having the drink is, number one, wow, I'm very sensitive to the amount of caffeine that the drink actually has. I actually started feeling a little bit paranoid. I do have anxiety, so that might have something to play with it. But holy shit, I was pretty jacked up. Alongside that, I don't know if it was necessarily a good amount at first. I felt a little bit unfocused, which is ironic considering the fact there's a focus blend in there. I started off playing some Fall Guys, and then later on, after about maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours of having taken the drink, I went on to Call of Duty. And I noticed initially that my accuracy did not increase, and that makes sense for me with dyspraxia. However, what I did notice was I was thinking about what I was doing a lot more, and my focus seemed to kind of come back, and I was making plays that were generally more intelligent than I would have done and performing individually better overall. However, there was like a barrier, or there was just like hitting a wall where almost immediately after finishing one game and then going to the other, I started getting tunnel vision, or I started to get headaches. And after maybe 2 hours of streaming COD, holy crap, my head is pounding me. But I don't know if that's just I have to adjust to the amount of caffeine that's in there. So based on my body weight, which is 75 kilograms, the maximum safe limit of caffeine I can have in a day is 450 milligrams. Now, bearing in mind, I think a single serving, it said, was 150 milligrams per sneak. That means, hypothetically, I could have 3 sneaks a day at most. I wonder if it's just the amount of caffeine that I'm having in one go. Maybe it's just the fact that I'm consuming it much quicker than I normally would, whereas usually I'd have a much smaller amount of coffee and consume that over across the day. I don't know, but what I'll have to do is spend some more time actually drinking the stuff. I've got 4 more days of it left, and we'll let you guys know how we get on then. It is day 3, and we are here with the Sneak strawberry and watermelon flavor. And Sneak sent us a new shaker, so that was good. Still didn't send anything to fucking compensate for the broken scales, but alright. We're gonna try and pick up the pace on these since we have got 3 more days, and as I'm editing this video, holy crap, we're already about 20 minutes in. 400 milliliters of water, a lot of ice, and I've brought some extra water if I find it too sweet. Looks the exact same as yesterday's drink, but it smells, again, of artificial watermelon. I don't know if I got any strawberry. Again, America, yes, Jolly Rancher, very generic descriptor, artificial watermelon. The UK kind of smells like those little sour watermelon sweets that you'd get in the cinema. I brought, like I say, extra water in case it's too sweet. Oh, that's quite tasty. Oh, doesn't actually need any more water in. I think the ice diluted a lot more this time, so the aftertaste is a lot stronger. It's actually a little bit sour, like it puckers your mouth up a bit. Almost like a generic sort of bubblegum flavor as well, like after you sip it. So like the aftertaste is quite bubblegummy. But then it also tastes like, in the UK we also get strawberry Ribena, like the pre-mixed stuff. Cartons that you used to get when you were a little kid. I don't know if it still tastes the same, but it kind of tastes like that. From the smell, I wasn't sure if I was going to get any of it, if it was just going to be like straight up watermelon. But it's, yeah. Again, it's another sweet one. I mean, if you like sweet stuff, this is going to be the one for you, I guess. But it's actually like, it's not overwhelming now. Defo, again, I for sure put 390 mils of water in. And then I just went absolutely crazy with the amount of ice that I put in, which is nice for the new shaker. Again, thanks, Sneak, for sending that very swiftly. I don't even think I would... I don't know if I'd put them above the other two. They all kind of seem to be like very equal in terms of which one I like more or less. I think what it'll come down to is just... what is your favorite flavor of sweet? Do you like watermelon sweets? If you do, then this will be your favorite. Do you like sour apple sweets? Hell yeah, you like them. I mean, tomorrow we'll try out stealth, because this is the only one that seems very anomalous to me. But, hey, so far it's pretty good. In about an hour's time, we will begin streaming. Well, surprise! Things went wrong. Had my sneak in the morning. Decided to start streaming, and immediately at starting streaming, I felt like absolute shit. Turns out, I got myself a throat infection. And, well, was bedridden for 4 days. So this kind of puts a little hinky-jink in our whole sneak experiment. However, over that time I was still playing games, and I actually re-engaged my decision sciencey brain and remembered, oh yeah, shit, there's like 10 million different factors that affects how you perform in a game. And because of that, during the time period where I was ill, for some reason, I was actually performing better than when I was on sneak. This could be because I was streaming, but I had a lot less pressure on me, but it leads me to add some things to the conclusion of this video. But as for now, we've taken a short recovery time. Yeah, but believe it or not, I'm a 23-year-old man with responsibilities and obligations and things to email and shit like that. So despite playing Call of Duty for pretty much all of lockdown, I need something to help perk me up whilst I'm still a tiny bit ill, but substantially better than I was last couple of days. So we're going to carry on with the review. Alright, boys and girls. As I said, no time for dilly-dallying. We got important big boy business to attend to. So, today I thought, instead of going with stealth immediately, we'd go with Purple Storm. So we've got it all mixed up. Oh. Now, since we're drinking a grape-based beverage in what I assume to be a fine beverage, one with a suitable glass. Nice medium body. Does actually it smells pretty grapey. Why did I smell the filter? Actually, no, this one doesn't kind of like smell like sweets immediately. It kind of smells like that Welsh's grape juice. I know America has it a lot. In England, grape juice and grape soda is not really that big of a thing, but it was like £1 for like a carton of the stuff back in uni, so I was like, go on, I want sugar.
I'm not adding that fucking stupid slurp noise again.
This actually does kind of taste like the Welsh's cartons of grape juice. I don't know if that's a testament to this's quality or the quality of Welsh's grape juice. Like, again, it's like, it's alright. It's pretty tasty. I feel like maybe English people might struggle to get behind this one more. Like I say, just because in England, grape pops or sodas are not really much of a thing. Like, we would get them, like, imported and stuff, and I think Fanta may have released, like, a limited edition 0-calorie one. But, hey. Now that's a refreshing fine vintage. Oh, what are they gonna come out with next? Maltipulciano flavor? I didn't realize when I started this daily sort of conclusion thing how stupid it was gonna be. So, fuck it. There's 2 days left. Some days I felt really good on sneak. Some days I did not. Basically half the time I was ill, so you're not gonna get a coherent stream out of me anyways. So you'll see more at the conclusion. It's business time, boys. So here is one of the flavors I'm more curious about. stealth. I don't know what stealth is supposed to taste like. When I hear the word stealth, I imagine like James Bond spy shit, or like carrying around a cyanide capsule or ninjas. But got that in my eye. So it looks like the apple one, kinda. What? Does that work? Does button over my shirt work? So I can't tell if it actually smells of anything, which is weird. Like, I literally don't get any pang off it. Nah. Like a little... I don't know. I can't smell anything. Drink it. I have no idea what I just drank. It kind of tastes like the sour apple one, which I've seen some people describe as like a mix of sour apple and Red Bull. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck this tastes like. It didn't smell of much. Maybe like slightly metallic? Maybe if I shake it up good. I don't know. No, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. It tastes nice. I mean, that's pretty much like the universal thing here. They all taste pretty good. I guess, like, maybe, yeah, okay. Maybe people describing it as the apple, sour apple and the Red Bull mix kind of have a point, but it's a bit of a stretch. It doesn't really, like, fully taste like that. The closest out of any of the flavors that I've tasted before is probably the sour apple. Just not as intensely sour apple with a bit of funquoir or some shit in it. Just, I don't understand this one. Sorry. Addendum there. I didn't really fully specify that. It does actually taste really good. I just don't know what it is.
Skinny penis.
Alright, well, we've done it. We're at the end of our sneak extravaganza with our one last flavor, which is Tropikilla. Already, I'm kind of like a bit sad because I genuinely wish I had like another week of the stuff. Because that actually tastes pretty fucking good. Oh yeah. Busted out the fancy glass for the last one. So this kind of smells like, I don't know if you can still get them. Like a Roundtree's fruit pasta lolly, I think that's what they're called. I'll put an image on the screen. But yeah, it's kind of got that pang to it. Again, I'm smelling the pop filter. But yeah, it smells like the yellow layer on a fruit pasta lolly. It kind of tastes like the same as that as well, just a bit less overtly pineapple-y. It's very tasty. Oh wow, I put a lot of ice in there. We're in for his shit. I enjoy that. I actually don't think necessarily it's my favorite. I think maybe this, tied with Stealth, might be near the bottom on the list for me. But that's a very high list because I still think they're all really tasty. There's a ton of scenarios where I can just see Sneak working. Again, I'm going back to uni in January. Having the shaker around, really handy. Just carry around a tub of the stuff, wax them in, get some water from one of the machines, sorted. I'm still more of a coffee person, but to have something like very refreshing and like, but still sweet and like just something that can get really nice ice cold that isn't an iced coffee is nice. I could see it being like really good for like a summer's day, or if you want to take it to the gym as like a pre-workout. I don't know. I don't exercise. Apparently a lot of people use this as pre-workout. But yeah, good. Quite pineapple-y. There are some other flavors that are hard to pick out in there. Maybe like mango, as with all of them, artificial taste, and not in a bad way. Reminds me of my childhood, actually, which I appreciate. I like a bit of nostalgia. Sneak. It's what's weird though. Sneak seems to like really nail some of these childhood flavors for me. I don't know. I wish I could have. I'm someone that if I'm gonna have something like this, I want volume of it. Henceforth, why I've been putting lots of ice and like close to 400 milliliters of water in each one. But great. I've pretty much sacked off the end of day conclusions, so we're gonna. Well then, I've pretty much sacked off the end of day summaries. So I think after this, we're gonna jump straight to the overall conclusions and some additional points that I wanted to put in. But because I decided to edit this video day by day, I'm very lazy, I'm very bad at structuring this video. All of the important shit will be put at the end of the video. So alright, so that's been the end of 6 days on Sneak with a big old break in between. I think, obviously this has been quite jokey, but to kind of very seriously summarize my thoughts, I very much enjoyed Sneak. And I think I want to conclude the video with some slightly more serious and coherent thoughts, because obviously editing this video day on day, giving my thoughts and opinions on each day has been a bit of a mess. Overall, I've really enjoyed having Sneak. It's something that I genuinely would buy again. So there are a few things that would maybe dissuade me a bit. I think, number one, because the flavors are so sweet and indulgent, I think buying a tub of the stuff, eventually I might get a little bit burnt out by the flavor. But again, on their website, you can buy slightly smaller variety packs, or if I want to be a bit more spenny, I could buy a couple of tubs. Obviously, at £35 a tub, it's still an investment, but you are talking about long-term savings. You know, buying effectively a tub is buying in bulk. But being ill throughout this process led me to reflect what I was actually trying to evaluate when trying the different flavors. One of the things that I wanted to try and evaluate was whether or not Sneak actually made a difference to my gameplay. And initially, I thought that it did. And over that period of being ill, it led me to realize that there is a bit of a placebo at play. But also, I remember that there's so many different factors that actually affect how you play games effectively. So just to list off a few. You've got, are you well rested? Are you in good health? Are you comfortable at your setup? Are you in the right state of mind or mood to actually be playing the game? When all of those are ticked off, then that's where Sneak will be most effective. It's not your first go-to to being better at games. If you want to be better at games in the long term, you need to evaluate those 4 things. But there's also scenarios where I see Sneak working for me really well personally. I'll always be a coffee guy. I love my black coffee, I love my cappuccinos, I love my flat whites. It's my favorite way to start a day. But if I want to perk up with caffeine, or if I just want something really refreshing to drink that has that little boost of energy in it, I'll absolutely grab the shaker, fill it up some Sneak and enjoy. If I had a flavor that I enjoyed the most personally, surprisingly, it might have been Cherry Bomb. I kind of rate them on a very similar scale, but for me, it was the most complex and it wasn't completely sweet. There was like some undertones that I very much enjoyed. But as I say, Sneak tastes delicious. In the long term, it's very good value. In comparison to any competitors in the kind of gamer or energy drink sector, Sneak actually lists all of their nutritional content and ingredients, which I think is very nice. And as I mentioned before, so does Fracno. So if that's something that you're into, you get to see exactly what is inside of the drink itself, and you can make an educated decision whether or not this is something that'd be valuable for you. But again, it's just a tasty alternative to energy drinks, or if you don't like coffee, get some Sneak. It's great. Do it. I'll buy some more if I ever get more money. Oh yeah, Sneak, if you want to make up for breaking my scales, do you guys want to like give me a sponsorship or like send me a bunch of tubs? That'd be fantastic.